The BBC really effed up over Farage and his banking. In particular, the BBC business editor Simon Jack, who's also had to apologise. And it begs the question, what the bloody hell is the point of BBC Verify with its 60 expert journalists and their leader, Mariana Spring?
And the point of the team, as you said, is to verify video, to fact check, to counter disinformation, and to analyse really complex stories so we can get to the truth of what's going on.
The truth of what's going on.
And so we want to show you our workings and really help you understand how we get to the bottom of what's happening.
Oh, you're going to show me your workings, like one of my children when they get maths, but they have to do it a special way. But come on then, Mariana, let's see your workings.
So we're able to look at maps to geolocate specific situations, stuff that's going on. This is just a map of central London where we are now. And this is New Broadcasting House, where I'm speaking to you from.
Oh, she's got a flashy screen and it's got something called maps on it. And she can see where she's standing when she's talking, which is in London, and she can show it on a whizzy screen. That's awesome.
And it's not so important perhaps for the centre of London, but it is when we're analysing war zones or what's happening in hard to reach places.
Oh my God, she was able to call up like a map thing on the screen and do a big circle. And there's me, just one of the ordinary people. You know, I only navigate using paper maps or this, my very handy Atlas of the World. This BBC Verify unit are really frigging onto something. It's amazing.
I have some undercover accounts that I've set up for the BBC's Americast podcast.
Because she set up some fake accounts like, I don't know, Hugh Edwards on OnlyFans.
And we use these kinds of undercover accounts, these are the characters that the accounts belong to be able to really understand polarisation online. And
all right, Miss Funny Fanny, 007, Mariana Springs, reporting for duty with my undercover agents. You are, wow, this is what taxpayers want to be paying for.
At the moment, I'm investigating the UK's conspiracy theory movement. I'm trying to understand more about how it's evolved and intensified since the pandemic here in the UK.
Now, Miss Funny Fanny's got herself a whiteboard. This is the kind of cutting edge investigative journalism that we all need. Let's have a listen to what she's found out.
I'm looking at the alternative media that finds itself at the heart of this movement and a conspiracy theory newspaper that's a part of that as well. I'm looking at the way that alternative media is funded. I'm looking at its impact on...
Oh, there's a bunch of stuff she already thinks that she wants to link together, and now she's going to show how she links this together using an arrow, but she's got it on a special board because she is Mariana Springs and this is BBC Verify. Here is my go at the same whiteboard. You've got lefty wankers, like, for example, the twats, who might be best represented by someone called Gary Lineker. Then you've got possibly BBC involvement with paedophiles, aka Jimmy Savile. No one's allowed to talk about Hugh Edwards, of course, because he's in hospital now. And no one must mention that he was probably showing his anus to someone on OnlyFans. And then from lefty wankers at the BBC, you've got the cyclist pricks, because we all knew there's something a bit weird about one of them in particular called Jeremy Vine, but no one's allowed to talk about that. And that leads us back to lefty wankers. I mean, it's almost as if you want to see links, you can see them. But if you make them on a whiteboard with some flashy arrows and you get paid a lot of money by the taxpayer, you can call yourself head of disinformation. And then what you believe already and you're trying to retrofit becomes true.
That's for a podcast series that will be coming out in June. It's called Mariana in Conspiracy Land, and it will be available on BBC Sounds, Radio 4.
Just a bit of shameless self-promotion of myself. You can find me on Instagram, on YouTube. You can find me at TNT Radio in the mornings. I have a stand-up tour.
Asking that question, could January the 6th or a German coup attempt like we saw there ever happen here in the UK?
We can say for certain is that anybody who's been called a conspiracy theorist over the last 3 years has been proven to be absolutely bloody right after all. And we will keep buggering on. That's all from me, Katie Hopkins, here at BBC Pedo Verify.